Hello children, hope everyone is fine with your parents' care. And in the last class, we discussed about the chapter nutrients and deficiency diseases. So often we insist you to have a nutritious food, to have one vegetable and fruit daily. And I think at the end of this chapter, you will come to know about the importance of the nutrients and having the nutritious food. Because this chapter deals with the nutrients. And if the nutrients are not available to our body, what diseases will come? So you will come to know about the importance of the nutrients and the nutritious food. And in the last class, we discussed about the important major nutrients present in our food. Do you remember what are those things? The major nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Along with that, roughage and water is also very important, even though it is not a nutrient. Hope you all remember all those points. We discussed about the other name of all the nutrients. What are the important and functions of those nutrients, in what way it helps our body, and the sources of those nutrients, in which food these nutrients are present. Every points we discussed. And today in this class, we are going to see how could we be healthy? How can we be healthy? And what are all the diseases will come to us if we don't have the proper nutrients. Now, in this class, we are going to learn about balanced diet, health, and deficiency diseases. If any nutrients are not there, what will happen? So, all these points we are going to discuss in this class. First, let us learn what is a balanced diet. Already you would have come across these words. Balanced diet. What is a balanced diet? A diet which contains all the nutrients in right amount. Balanced diet is nothing but a diet that contains all nutrients in right amount. In right amount is called a balanced diet. A diet that contains all nutrients. What are those nutrients? Carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, roughage, water. Everything should be present in the diet. Diet means nothing but the food what we eat. So that diet should contain all the nutrients in right amount for our proper growth and maintenance and functioning of the body. So if all the system, you know that so many systems are there in our body. Circulatory system, nervous system, muscular system, skeletal system, like that so many functions are going on in our body, and all the functions should go in a proper manner, means it needs all the nutrients for its functions and for proper growth of our body. Such a diet which contains all nutrients in right amount is called balanced diet. So what we are eating daily, it should be a balanced diet. You may like only a few food items. And if you continuously have that alone, you may not have other nutrients. For example, as you all young children, all may like a buri with masala. Okay. And if you often eat that food item alone, often means what? Within short intervals. If you take that it alone means, what will happen? In potato, in masala, what is the main ingredient? Potato. Potato is what nutrient is rich in that? Carbohydrate. So carbohydrate. Then in wheat also, puri is made out of wheat or maida, and in that carbohydrate. So in potato and wheat also carbohydrate only nutrient is present, and it will be fried in the oil. So that oil comes under fat. Okay. So only carbohydrate and fat alone your body will get more. What about the remaining nutrient? For proteins, nothing is there. Vitamins and minerals is not there. Okay. So all these nutrients will be lagging in your body. More and more carbohydrate and fat only will your body will get. Other nutrients will be absent. So is that a balanced diet? No. Balanced diet means the diet what you are having should contain all the nutrients in right amount. So, for example, a common diet, let us take, mainly almost in all families we will keep sambar. So, sambar, it will be made out of what? Pulses, that is dal. Pulses, it is rich in proteins. In that sambar, they will add vegetable. So in vegetables, what will be there? Vitamins. Then you will have rice. Food. Our basic source of food is rice. In that carbohydrate. Next. Along with this, so generally all the main nutrient, carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, it come under this. They will fry those, that means தாளிச்சு கொட்டுறதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல. For that what they will add? Oil. So in that oil, fat content will be there. So, you see, carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins. Now what is missing? Minerals. So for this mineral, what we should take? Any one fruit. Any one fruit. And already in vegetable and all, water content will be there. In all the food items, basically water content will be there. Along with that, we should take more water. And in vegetable, roughage is also, vitamin plus roughage is also present. So, generally for lunch, we will have these items. Is it not? So, now is this a balanced diet? Yes. How could you say? Because this diet contains all nutrients. So such type of diet which contains all nutrients in right amount is called balanced diet, that helps for the proper growth and functioning of our body. Hope you all understand this. So this is called balanced diet, and we should have all these balanced diet always. We should not neglect any type of food. Hope you all understand this. So, if we have a balanced diet, we can have our health, that is good health. We can have good health. So, what is this health? What is health? Health is nothing but a state of physical, mental, it is a state of physical, mental and emotional well-being. And emotional well-being of a body. That is, what is health? So, by having a balanced diet, we can have good health. What is that health? A state of physical, mental and emotional well-being. Physically, that is proper growth. We should have proper height and weight. Our body parts should be grown in a proper manner. Is it not? That is called physical well-being. On looking you, one should say, oh, this boy is healthy. Like that. That is called physical well-being. Then, mental well-being. According to your growth, your mind also, that means your mental capacity, working capacity should also be improved. So, according to that growth of your body, the mental well-being also should be developed. You should have the thinking capacity, that working capacity of the brain should also be developed. That is called mental well-being. A sound body only will have the sound mind. So only if you are healthy, the mindset will also be healthy. And emotional well-being. You should have the capacity to take decisions and all. If your body is so weak, you will feel tired. You won't be brisk. And you can't behave properly. So that is called emotional well-being. So only if all these three, that is physical, mental and emotional well-being is good, then only one person could be said as a healthy person. To have such a good health, what are all very important? Proper food. To have a good health, we should have proper food. Then exercise. Proper food, exercise. Then posture. Next, rest. So, one should be healthy. They should have all these things. That is, proper food, exercise, posture and rest. So, health is nothing but a state of physical, mental and emotional well-being of a body. To have a good health, one should have proper food, exercise, posture and rest. Now we are going to discuss about all these four one by one. Now, first point, good food habits. Good food habits or proper food. Anyone? What is this good food habits? That is, while cooking or while eating, we should follow some steps. What is that? Wash vegetables thoroughly. Vegetables or fruits, whatever it is, we should wash them thoroughly before eating, because pesticides, insecticides will be sprayed on them to protect them from the insects. So all those will be settled, or even the fertilizers will be sprayed during their growth. So everything will be settled on those fruits and vegetables to remove that, because those are all chemicals. So to remove that, we have to wash by soaking them in water. We should wash them properly. Next, and whatever fruits we can take it without cutting them, so we have to eat that as such, because cutting the nutrients will destroy the cutting the fruits will destroy the nutrient content of that fruit. Because some fruits, while cutting, when the knife cuts the fruit, its nutrient will get destroyed. For example, amla. Amla means what? Nellika. That and all you have to eat as such by biting them. If you cut that with a knife and all, the nutrients will be destroyed while cutting the fruits. And you should not peel the fruits or vegetables with the help of that scraper. Vegetable scraper will be there, peeler. Your mother will have in the kitchen. While removing the peels of the vegetables or fruits, the nutrient content in the skin. See, in fruits and vegetables and all, the nutrients will be present in the peels, outer peel. So that and all will be removed if you peel the skin. So avoid peeling. You have to wash the vegetables and fruits thoroughly by soaking them in the water. The next step, overcooking or undercooking. So food should be cooked in a proper way. If it is overcooked, what will happen? Nutrients will be destroyed. The nutrient content of that food will get destroyed if it is overcooked. If it is undercooked, what will happen? It will be difficult to digest. It will be difficult to digest. So without cooking properly, can you eat that food? If you eat that, it will be difficult to munch that. That means, chew the food. So it will lead to several problems. You will get stomach pain like that, because the stomach will not be able to digest that food if it is undercooked. And it should not, too much of water should be avoided. So while cooking, it will be added with water. That water should be in proper quantity, sufficient quantity. It should not be excess. Avoid excess of water, too much of water while cooking. And if so, if you have added more water, means if you drain that, all the nutrients will be coming out with that water. So what the remaining food will not have nutrient. It is a waste. So you should add only limited quantity of water, not excess water. In case, even if you add excess water, you should drain it, and you may add that water for preparation of the soups. You will have some soup, is it not? To that you may use those water drained off from the vegetables, because it is rich in nutrients. Next one, never fry or warm the food. Never fry or warm the food. What is that? Sometimes in winter season and all, the food will be prepared, and after 1 hour if you eat, means it will be chilled in nature. So naturally what will you do before eating? You will warm the food, or again you will fry that. While doing so, the nutrient content will be lost. So this and all should be avoided. So to have the proper food habit or to have a food with the correct nutrients and all. These points and all should be followed. That is, you have to wash the vegetables and fruits, and the food items should be covered properly. The what utensils or the vessels what we are keeping, that should be covered to protect from flies and all. And we have to wash fruits and vegetables. We should not peel that. Overcooking will lead to destruction of nutrients. Undercooking means what will happen? It will difficult to digest. It will lead to digestive problem. Then too much of water will lead to loss of nutrients. Never fry or warm the food. We should not reheat or overheat the food. All these will lead to the loss of nutrients. So to have a proper food, we should follow all these points. The next point, what we have to concentrate after the proper food is exercise. Next one, exercise. Doing exercise is as important as we are eating the balanced diet. So to having the balanced diet itself is not enough. Along with that, we have to do proper exercise. And this doing exercise helps to tone our muscles. Helps to tone our muscles. What is the tone? Tone our muscles. Tone our muscles means make our muscles strong and make the muscles to work properly. You know, without the muscles we are not able to fold or stretch our hands. Along with the skeletal system, our muscular system also makes us to be flexible and help us to fold our hands or legs to bend and all. So both the skeletal and muscular system help us to move. So doing exercise only makes our muscle fibers to be strong and flexible. So doing exercise is important as like having the balanced diet. So it helps to tone our muscles and make us lean and active. Make us lean and active. So by doing exercise, we can spend more energy. More calories will be burnt and it will make us lean. You will not become fat. You will have the graceful look. You will have graceful look. On seeing you itself, one can decide whether you are doing the exercise or not. Because doing exercise will give the graceful look. On seeing you itself, they will say, oh, this boy is playing very well. That is why he is very fit. Like that they will say. So this exercise will give you the graceful look, making you lean and active. If you do exercise, get up early in the morning, and if you do exercise for just half an hour, either it may be a cycling or jogging or walking or some simple exercise, throughout the day, the whole day you will be very active. You will not feel tired. You will feel energetic. But if you get up late in the morning, the whole day you will feel tired. You will not look brisk. So, early to bed and early to rise, that you have to follow. That too, in the early morning, if you get up and if you do some simple exercise for half an hour, it will be well and good. It will make you fit and you will look brisk. And you will be very active. Your brain will work because it helps in the circulatory system. Helps blood to circulate. Helps blood to circulate. So, In the blood only, the oxygen is supplied to all parts of the body. While doing so, all the parts will work effectively. That is why you will look brisk, you will be active. Through the circulatory system only, the oxygen is supplied, and when your body cells get that oxygen, you will be very active. That is why you should do the exercise. Understand? And there are so many systems in our body, like circulatory system, respiratory system, excretory system. So these exercise helps all the systems to work effectively. So only all the systems work effectively by doing exercise. So you should know the importance of doing exercise because it helps to tone our muscles, make us lean and active, graceful look, helps blood to circulate, and all the systems work effectively. So these are the importance of doing exercise and in what way it helps us. Understand? So this is the importance of doing exercise. So along with the proper food and doing exercise, posture, the third point is posture, is also very important. What is this posture? The position in which we hold our body while sitting or standing or walking. So posture is nothing but the position in which we hold our body while we stand or sit or walk. We have to sit upright, sit or walk. That means some of your friends, you might see them by shrinking their bringing their shoulders closer, and while sitting they will bend and sit. So this is not the correct position. You have to sit straight by keeping your shoulders broad. Then only the spine will be straight. What is the spinal cord at the back? The bone must be straight, or else while the days are moving, the bone will become bent, and always you will have that bending position. And also it will not look good when you sit in a bending posture. Only if you sit straight, you will have that majestic look. Your shoulders must be broad. Okay, so always walk upright or sit up straight without any bending position. So that position in which we hold our body is also very important for our health. While sitting, reading and all, you should sit straight in a proper height. You should hold the books in front of your proper distance should be maintained from your eyes and the book, and the light should come from your back and the light should fall on the book. So all these position matters in our daily life to have a proper health. Apart from that, rest and sleep. So just following all these is not enough. You should have proper rest. That is 7 to 8 hours sleep. You should sleep or take rest from 7 to 8 hours. Then only your mind, brain will take rest. After a long work throughout the day, both your brain and body should take enough rest to get fresh, to make them fresh and active for the next day. Also, it will help our body to repair their cells, to repair the wear and tear of the cells. See, millions and millions of cells are there in our body, and all the cells will get damaged daily, and it should be repaired or it should be removed, and the new cells should be formed. So all these things must happen, means our body should be in a proper rest. At that time only all the repairs will be going on. I think almost all of you will have a bicycle and you are running it daily. And if you are not maintaining it properly by over oiling that, putting oil and all at regular intervals, what will happen? It will do mucker. It will do strike to work properly. So at the time what will you do? You will put oil for that, you have to clean that, you have to wash that, you have to maintain that properly. Then only it will run smooth, or else it will not work properly. In the same way, our body is also a machine. It should be given proper rest. For that, 7 to 8 hours sleep is necessary. Then only the cells in our brain and our body and all will get freshened to work again. Okay, so health is nothing but a state of complete physical, mental and emotional well-being of our body. And to have a good health, proper food, exercise, posture and rest and sleep is very essential, and we all should follow all these to have, and our body should also be without any disease. It should be without any disease. So let us see now about the disease. So now let us discuss what is a disease. Disease is nothing but an abnormal condition. An abnormal condition in which our body is unable, to work properly. So, what is a disease? A disease is an abnormal condition in which our body is unable to work properly. And this disease is of two types. What are they? Communicable and non-communicable disease. Non-communicable diseases. So, this disease is of two types. What are they? Communicable and non-communicable disease. What is this communicable disease? Communicable means infectious. Communicable means what? Infectious. That means that infection will pass from one person to another. For example, now we are in the pandemic situation, that is that COVID-19 is a communicable disease. It passes from one person to another person very rapidly. Is it not? That is why we are all inside the home. If you go out, you may get the disease from some other person very easily. So this COVID-19 is a communicable disease, infectious. That infection may pass from one person to another. Another one is non-infectious, that is non-communicable. It will not pass from one person to another person. Understand? So disease is an abnormal condition in which our body is unable to work properly, and this disease is of two types, communicable and non-communicable. That is, communicable means infectious, non-communicable means non-infectious. Now let us discuss about this non-communicable disease first. So non-communicable means what? Which will not spread from one person to another. Then how these diseases are caused? Because of the deficiency of nutrients. How these are spread? Not spread. How these diseases are caused? How these diseases are coming for us? Because of the deficiency of nutrients. So we studied about the nutrients, is it not? If any one of the nutrient is not present in our body, then it will lead to non-communicable disease. Some type of disease will come. About that only we are going to discuss. And these diseases are caused because of the deficiency of nutrients. Means such nutrients are not present in our body. Some other diseases will come. First one, let us discuss about vitamin A. That means, if vitamin A is not, you children will neglect some type of fruits and vegetables. When you do so, some type of nutrients will be unavailable for your body. So, if it is unavailable, what will happen? If vitamin A is not present in our body, what will happen? Night blindness, disease called night blindness. Night blindness. Then dry eyes. Next, ulcer in eyes. All these will happen because of the deficiency of vitamin A. That is night blindness. Night blindness means what? The person who is having this night blindness disease will not be able to see properly in the evening time. That is after 6 o'clock. The vision will not be correct or it will not be proper. They will have blurred vision. Abdi mangala theriyaradu. The eyesight will not be proper. They will have dim vision after 6 o'clock in the evening time or night time. That such type of disease is called night blindness. Then dry eyes. See, normally in our eyes, you could see that the eyes are in wet condition. Some liquid will be inside our eyes, present in our eyes. In case of deficiency of vitamin A, our eyes will become dry. Because of that, many problems will come. Next, ulcer in eyes. Ulcer means what? Pun. Ulcer will come inside the eyes. So you may have that irritation, pain in the eyes, like that. So many problems will come, or liquid will come out of your eyes. So like this, because of the deficiency of vitamin A, you will have night blindness, dry eyes and ulcer in eyes. And all these diseases can be rectified by taking vitamin A rich food. So in what type of food these vitamin A is present? Papaya, carrot. These are called sources. Sources means in which these nutrients are present. Papaya, carrot, guava. Okay, then tomato, fish, milk. Okay. By taking, see, in these food items, what nutrient is more percentage? Vitamin A. So you should not think other are not present in this. All other nutrients are also present, but in smaller, little quantity, little percentage. But only vitamin A is present in more percentage in these food items. So by taking these food items, you can, what is that, rectify that vitamin A deficiency. Understand? So non-communicable disease means which will not pass from one person to another, and these are caused because of the deficiency of nutrients, and vitamin A deficiency will lead to night blindness, dry eyes and ulcer in eyes. We can rectify this by taking the food which are rich in vitamin A. For that, examples: papaya, carrot, guava, tomato, fish and milk. Understand? The next what we are going to see is vitamin B. Next what we are going to see is the deficiency of vitamin B. We finished vitamin A and now vitamin B. And deficiency of vitamin B leads to a disease called beriberi. What is the disease name? Beriberi. And the patient who is suffering from beriberi will lose weight. They will lose weight. That means their weight will not increase. According to your height, the weight will also increase. But the person who is having this deficiency, they will lose their weight. Whatever they eat, their weight will not increase. So, first symptom is loss of weight, and they will have numbness. Numbness means what? Numbness, marathu podal. The fingers or any other body part will have that numbness. Marathu poidu. They won't have the feeling. Even if you prick their skin with a needle, they won't feel the pain. That is called numbness. Even if they get injured, they will not feel the pain in their body part. That is called numbness. So, deficiency of vitamin B leads to a disease called beriberi. And what symptoms they will have? They will lose their weight. Their weight will not increase, and also they will have numbness in arms. That means they will not have the feelings when they get injured. And what are the sources of vitamin B? We can rectify these disease by taking the food items, that is green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables, then cereals, meat, egg and unpolished rice. Egg and unpolished rice. What is this unpolished rice? Green leafy vegetables, you know, all the leafy vegetables, cabbage or the spinaches, all type of keera vagaigal athani saapidano. Then cereals, sundal, like that, soya beans, like that. Meat, you know, non-veg. Egg and unpolished rice. That means brown rice. If you ask your mother, they will show you. The husk will not be removed. The outer layer of that rice will be present. It will be brown in color. It is rich in vitamin B. But nowadays we are all using that polished rice only. We should have our food very white in nature. It should look beautiful only, we are thinking, when we are not thinking about the nutrient content of the food. That is why we are becoming so weak. So, unpolished rice, brown rice only is rich in vitamin B. It is very good for our health. Understand? So, Deficiency of vitamin B leads to a disease called beriberi, and the symptoms are loss of weight and numbness, and the sources are green leafy vegetables, cereals, meat, egg and unpolished rice. The next vitamin what we are going to see is vitamin C. If vitamin C is not present, deficiency of vitamin C leads to a disease called scurvy. Vitamin C deficiency leads to a disease called scurvy. And because of this deficiency, what diseases will come to us? First one, bleeding gums. Bleeding gums. What is this gums? The muscle part above the teeth which hold our teeth. தமிழ்ல ஈருன்னு சொல்லுவோம், எகிரு அல்லது ஈருன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So that is the gum which hold our teeth, and from that area above the teeth the blood will ooze out. When you bite a vegetable, even in that advertisements and all, toothpaste advertisements, they will show when they bite the apple, in that apple that blood will be seen. Is it not? Red color portion. That is because of this bleeding gums. That means that gums are not strong. It is weak. That is why the blood oozes out. Oozes means coming out a little bit, little by little coming out. That is because of this vitamin C deficiency. Then wobbly teeth. Wobbly teeth. That means the teeth also will not be strong. The teeth will be shaking. All the time it will be shaking. That is also the deficiency of vitamin C. And next, pain in joints. Pain in joints. In all the joints, we are having lot of joints in the bones. Even in the fingers, 3 joints are there. Then the wrist, the elbow, neck, wherever in the skull, joints are there, knee joints, hip joint. So in all the joints, we will have the pain in joints. Okay, then loss of weight. All these are the symptoms of vitamin C deficiency. And to avoid this deficiency, we can have the food items that is rich in vitamin C. That is, what are rich in? Citrus fruits. Citrus fruits. What are those citrus fruits? The fruits which contains the vitamin C are called citrus fruits, which are having sour taste. புளிப்பா இருக்கிற fruits எல்லாமே citrus fruits. What are they? First one, amla. Amla means what? Nellika. Is it not? You know all this. Amla. Orange. Lemon. So all these are what taste? Sour taste. All because of the content of the vitamin C. So these are the sources rich in vitamin C. Not only that, tomato. Tomato, then leafy vegetables. All those contains vitamin C. So, because of the vitamin C deficiency, we have this disease called scurvy. And what are the symptoms of those scurvy? Bleeding gums, wobbly teeth, that means shaking. Always it will be in the shaking condition. And pain in joints. Then sources of these vitamin C. What food is rich in vitamin C means citrus fruits, which is having that sour taste. Example, amla, orange, lemon and tomato, takali. All these are rich in vitamin C. Next, what we are going to see is about vitamin D. Deficiency of vitamin D leads to a disease called rickets. What is the disease name? Rickets. So, deficiency of D leads to rickets. That means we will have soft and weak bones. How our bones must be? It should be strong. But if you are having vitamin D deficiency means the bone will become soft and weak. Soft and weak bones. Symptoms. And this vitamin D is easily available from sunlight. Sunlight is a rich source of vitamin D. That is why you children are asked to play here in the early morning and late evening. That sunlight will not be so bright, and also our skin can easily produce vitamin D from the sunlight. That is why you are advised to play in the sunlight outside the home, not now. So now you don't ask your parents to let you out of the home. So after this COVID pandemic and all, you should play well. Always you should not sit in front of a computer or mobile, and you should not play the indoor games. In the early morning and in the late night, you have to play in the sunlight, which is a good source of vitamin D. When you play, your skin will produce vitamin D. Okay, and this vitamin D is rich in milk sources. So in which food items it is present? In milk, cabbage, then egg, butter, cod liver oil. Cod liver oil. மீன் என்ன மாத்திரைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Is it not? So all these food items are rich in vitamin D. So vitamin D deficiency leads to a disease called rickets. Rickets means what? Our bones will become soft and weak. And good source of vitamin D is mainly sunlight. And we are all very lucky to have bright sunlight throughout the year. But in foreign countries, they are taking sun bath. For what purpose? To get the vitamin D only. But naturally, we get more vitamin D. And the sources of vitamin D are milk, cabbage, egg, butter, and cod liver oil. And along with vitamin D, we should take calcium and phosphorus for our strengthening of bones. Okay, calcium and phosphorus is also makes our bone very strong, and milk is a very good source of calcium, and milk is a complete food. You should know that milk is a complete food. It is called as complete food because all nutrients are present in milk. So it is called as complete food. Milk is called as complete food. And the next deficiency what we are going to see is iodine deficiency. So apart from vitamins, these iodine, these are also very important for our body, and deficiency of iodine leads to goiter, and the spelling Goitre, and the pronunciation is goiter. Spelling, you should not goiter, so you should not write as Ter. Keep well in mind, Goitre, goiter. The disease name is goiter. And goiter means nothing but swelling in neck region. Swelling in neck region. You can see persons having swelling in the neck region. Can you see here in the picture? You can see the swelling in the neck region. So this symptom that swell in the neck region is called goiter. This comes because of the iodine deficiency. And this iodine, our government takes steps to prevent this iodine deficiency by adding iodine in the salt. Because we are using salt for all the food items. So in that they have added iodine, that is the iodized salt. In a salt packet, you can see this iodized salt. See here in the picture, can you see that wordings, iodized salt? So this iodized salt, if you use, means you can prevent this disease called goiter. And another source is seafood. Seafood. What is the seafood? That means fish. Fish is available in the sea. So fish, sea fish if you eat means you can get iodine and you can prevent this goiter. This is called goiter. Next deficiency is anemia. Another disease, anemia. That is deficiency of iron. It comes because of the iron deficiency. And because of the deficiency of iron leads to a disease called anemia. In our blood, in the inside our body, blood is moving throughout our body, and that blood is in red color, all of you know. It is because of the presence of the hemoglobin. H-A-E-M-O, hemoglobin, G-L-O-B-I-N. What is this pronunciation of this word? Hemoglobin. H-A-E-M-O, hemoglobin, G-L-O-B-I-N, hemoglobin. This hemoglobin in our blood only carries oxygen. Carries oxygen and make us to circulate throughout the body and keep our cells in our body very active and brisk. Because of the lack of hemoglobin, less number of hemoglobin in our body, what will happen? Oxygen carrying capacity will reduce and we will look very tired. The person who are all anemic, having this anemia, they will look pale and tired. Symptom, this is a symptom. So, if anyone always looks so tired and their normal color, skin color will not be there. Somewhat they will look pale red or white in color. வெளுத்து போன மாதிரி இருக்குன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க skin எல்லாம். On looking them itself, the elders will say that I think that person is anemic. Go and take blood test, like that they will say. So if the iron content is not in proper quantity in our body, it will lead to a disease called anemia. And the symptom is pale and tired. And sources. So what food items are rich in iron content? Apple, then spinach, banana, guava, like that. So many, sapota, pomegranate, all the food and vegetables, then jaggery. The last class itself I told, I think, jaggery, vellam. So that jaggery is rich in iron. So all these food items, apple, spinach, banana, guava, pomegranate, sapota, so all the food, dates, all are rich in iron content. And if you have that, you can avoid this anemia. So in this class, we discussed about the balanced diet. That means all the nutrients, the diet which contain all the nutrients in proper right amount for proper growth and development of our body is called balanced diet. And health, what is health? That is physical, mental and emotional well-being of our body is called health. And this health can be obtained by proper food, exercise, then taking rest, and another one, posture. And if we have disease, that means an abnormal condition of our body is called disease. And this disease is of two types. What are they? Communicable and non-communicable. Communicable means the diseases which spread from one person to another. Non-communicable means which will not spread from one person to another. And today we discussed about the non-communicable disease. Then how it is caused because of the deficiency of the nutrients. Today we discussed about vitamin A, D, then vitamin A, B, B and C, A, B, C and D, and also anemia and goiter we discussed. Hope you all understand. Along with this, I will send you the remaining part of the classwork. You all write very neatly. Handwriting must be very neat. Okay. Hope you all understand. The remaining part we will see in the next class. Thank you, children.